Hi there, tech people. This is Sean Worker, your host. I'm delighted to have you join us on the Adapter TechX show, where we explore the business tech trends and fads in the travel, tourism, retail, and hospitality space. And all of this is powered by our friends at Hunter Gatherer. And if you need a really great podcast to listen to about general hospitality topics, have a look at No Vacancy Live with my friend Glenn Hausman, who does that every day of the week. So I'm really, really happy to have Florian Montag on today. He's going to be joining us in a second, and he's a tech founder and startup leader of HotelHero. He's done an amazing amount of things as to compare and compare the tech and the tech stacks in the market, and then ultimately a successful outcome with a sale to Apaleo, where he is today as the business development director. It's really great to see you, Florian. You look great there with that perfect tech startup background, looking good.
Hello, Sean. Thank you very much. It's great to be here.
Yeah, it's great to have you on. I mean, you've just done a bunch of stuff, and that includes, founding a business. Now, did you do that while you were at college when you were doing that university? You formed that, or did you do it afterwards?
Exactly. So I started HotelHero with two of my co-founders right out of Lausanne Hotel School. So we were, one of my co-founders, Julian, he had actually the idea in his last internship, working in a hotel, being frustrated by the tech selection and needing to kind of take on that task. And then he came back from his internship and he said, this can't be the way how this works, and the rest is history. From then on, we started off also with some great mentorship by professors like Ian Miller, who is also quite known in the hospitality tech world. So that's when we started with HotelHero in 2017.
So you had a successful exit. You went into, and then how did that process go? I mean, give us some insight into going from startup to exit, and then inside Apaleo, and then we can chat about Apaleo.
Yeah, of course. So when we founded HotelHero, it was all about coming from the hotel world and the frustrations, as I just mentioned, from Julien, helping hotels to find the right technology. So we always came from that hotel side where we wanted to help them to bring more transparency, more comparability on finding the right, PMS with your channel manager, revenue management, etc. So it also evolved a lot over the past 5 years. And this is how we've built HotelHero. And then through the COVID crisis, of course, technology became also much more relevant. Much more people were very open on trying out digital guest journey elements to be able to streamline processes, contactless guest journey, things like that. But we always had the challenge over the years that we always saw the PMS as being the bottleneck. You can have this great new tech, this great new startups, but who need to connect to the hotel's PMS. And if the hotel's PMS doesn't want to connect, charges incredible amounts to connect, or the APIs are just not fit to really be able to connect in an appropriate way, or even that the timeline to be able to implement a new tool just takes too long, the hotel doesn't really benefit from these new tech trends. And so with HotelHero, we always had that challenge of recommending something, but hotels still being limited to it. And we also brought out a German hotel technology report, landscape report on the market, and was quite of a 80-page report, really significant, especially in the German-speaking area.
You know it, I've read it. It was long.
Yeah, it was long. It took me also quite a few nights and days of building that up and speaking to a lot of chains and all of that. So we really went in deep to understand it, to understand the market even further. And then Uli Palau, one of the founders of Apaleo, approached me and said, "Hey, let's have a conversation. You guys are building." We had a contract management solution which we developed also at that moment to help hotels track their contracts and cancellation policies, etc. And he said, we with Apaleo, we have really this open platform approach. We want hotels to have an app store where they can just connect third-party apps. And we knew, of course, Apaleo also very well, also in Germany. So we had a good relationship there already. And they said, but we want to go the next level and build an app store which makes it even easier, really with that Apple App Store kind of vision. And he said, and then we had a couple of conversations and, talking around things. How could we maybe cooperate as an independent party, just giving access to our reviews, access to our recommendation engine, to our contract management solution, until a few conversations later where we already talked with the other founders and leadership team from Apaleo, and Thibaut, Julien, my two co-founders, were also involved. And then we get to the stage where we're like, hey, actually, the visions are so aligned for the future that we want to have that open tech ecosystem. We want to help hotels, if they join Apaleo, that they can just connect new apps in a better way and bring transparency, comparability, and even better recommendations. Maybe
you got this deal done.
Exactly. So this was it, and then we got that deal done. Sorry, I got maybe a bit sidetracked in the details, but it was really an evolution. I think that is the very important part, and it was that common vision, which was much more important than kind of now saying we sell something and we move on to something else.
You got a lot of insight into how things work out there. So when you think about business trends and fads, what do you think the business trends are and fads? If you can kind of list 2 or 3 of each, that would be great.
Go to markets, opening new hotels, especially with opportunistic growth. So tech enabling faster go live of new properties, and flexibility, being able to connect different systems depending on your type of property.
Now, do you think that's an outcome because of COVID or the pandemic, whatever we call it nowadays, endemic? Is this just a natural outcome, or are they just tired of what they always get?
I think it accelerated. Before that, you had maybe more staff-focused services, and now you have much more kind of also alternative hospitality concepts coming out. Hotel brands maybe having different concepts in the same building, etc. And so therefore you need much more flexibility, and it's less of a standardized product. And also, the consumer changes drive also more digital differentiation. So, you want to also make sure that maybe your check-in experience, even if it's an online check-in, is different than the other online check-in of a different
hotel. You're saying
hotel.
now that, employees, an example, and, we explored this on some other shows, is, that an employee is the same as a guest, is the same as an investor. And that, I guess one of the big questions I have always is, why isn't the user experience addressing all 3 at the same time?
Definitely. I think employees is one of the most important stakeholders in this whole topic. And everybody talks about the guest journey, but I think that the employee journey is at least as important. And this is, on the side, as you say, making processes simple so that also people from other industries can easily come to hospitality. But also, if you really want to automate processes, you need to make sure that it's not just a nice process for the guest, but actually that there's no manual process involved for the staff. Because I could tell you numerous examples. For example, the checkout, which often, even if it's digital, there's still a human being having to send out.
I've been in the hotel business. I've put in a lot of systems over the years, and I never ever understood what some of our team was doing, like clicking and pinching and lots of finger movements, and we're not doing anything. It can't be that difficult. First of all, for this segment, thanks a million, Florian, for joining us. Lots of teaser insight to follow up with. Thanks to those that have been watching this, and as importantly, look at it. That can be loaded and unloaded if you so desire on adapters.net, and check us out with our book, The Adapters: The Fourth Age of Change. And thanks to everybody who's powered this at Hunter Gatherer and No Vacancy Live. And again, it's good to have everybody on the Tech Show, and to you techies from Adapter, TechX, and myself, Sean Worker, and Florian, we're out.
Thank you very much.